for staying on and not going anywhere. Thank you also for commenting and sending messages and sharing the stream with your friends on YouTube or on Facebook. We are glad that you're continuing here with us today. We are discussing young wives, expectations versus reality. And these ladies today are being real because, you know, marriage is real. It's not happening in the air. And when we left, we were talking about conflict resolution, that ladies should learn not to use tears to try and bait the husband. Because at the end of the day, reason is what will, you know, conquer many things. And it provides that avenue for a conversation, that meaningful conversation, as you guys were saying. Now, let's talk about this issue of organized and disorganized, you know. I don't know, maybe I should not. Let's talk about this organized. You know, when ladies are in the house, they expect the sofa set is there, shoes are arranged there, this one, when you're through with eating, you take the plates to the kitchen. Betty and Lillian and Victoria. Maybe I should start with Lillian. How is that working for you so far?
For him, let's say if something doesn't make sense to him, that one he will not do. If you believe, like, you should hang this here. Like, you see when you're from outside, and then when you take off your socks or your shoes or your trouser, then the dust in the house. I have repeated that. I think I am now okay. Let us just leave.
Let's be happy.
He does that every day. And I keep telling him, don't do it. And he will still do it. So I think I've gotten to a place where we're just okay now. Just do it.
At some point you realize it's not life and death.
Yes. Nobody's going to die when you do that. So just continue.
Yeah.
About the mopping, so what I do these days, I run after him with the mop. Step on this first before you get so I do, and then so he realizes, oh, okay, sawa. You know, I didn't mean it wrongly. So then he actually removes his shoes, or he cleans before he moves on. So and sometimes he also helps me, so he knows how it feels, and then he's very understanding in that sense. And at the same time, I think he might be similar to your husband in the sense that he's also organized in a way. And I think sometimes I'm actually the one who sits back. Yes, because there are times I'm like, I know I'll clean on Saturday, so let that shoe stay where it is. I'm okay. And then he comes and he sees it, and then he says, you remember, you're the one who said we shouldn't put shoes here. Now you're the one who's put your shoes here. And then he carries them all and then takes them to where they're supposed to be. So I think we have found a way to work together because we find it easier when we do it that way.
So, guys, we are discussing, you know, having one spouse is organized, the other one is disorganized, and how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
Maybe there we can go and learn a bit about personalities. Did you try and find out what your personality is before you got married?
Yes, I did. Yes. I'm a phlegmatic and melancholic. My husband is a sanguine, and he has some tiny bits of melancholic traits as well.
And so, how did knowing that help you in marriage?
Okay, there is a knowing and then the reality of it. So my husband is a bit more social. He's outgoing. He has a way with people. I am not that bad, but I tend to like my personal space. So sometimes I wouldn't understand. Okay, so when we got married, we moved to a new church where my husband fellowships. And so for a melancholic person, it's harder because you need to find a way to begin to get used to people and blend in. So it would actually be my husband's help that would make it easier for me. But then, in a split second, he's not with me. He's somewhere that I have no idea about.
Thank you.
So I have to find a way to, get out of my comfort zone and not feel bad about it, so that it's not on him that he is just who he is. So by the end of the day, sometimes I'd be drained because I have tried so much to like blend in with so many people. I feel drained. So when we go home, I just want some time just to go back to my little cocoon. But then he still has so much energy. So I learned to begin to communicate that and let him know, I think I need a rest. And then probably we can talk after the rest. And it worked.
So Lillian, how is the personality between you and your husband?
So for me and my husband, we are a bit different. So he's quiet. He's very diplomatic, I would say, very organized. But for me, on the contrary, I am a bit loud. I get along with people easily. So you find that even probably we are talking, and he would be like, babe, you've told me 3 stories in 1 sentence. So I've really not gotten what you want. And so I would get angry because the way you've talked to somebody, you've said a lot of things, and the person has gotten nothing. So I would really get angry about things like that. Or when we are dealing with a third party, probably on like our caretaker, he just knows I am bad because of my nature. So it's like, hey, you better deal with the husband, because now he's quiet, he's receiving, he gives people time. You know me, when you've done something, you have done something wrong, and we are dealing with it right there and then. And so I think that's our personality differences. It would really affect sometimes even our own communication.
But have you worked through that?
So how we've worked through that, I think we've got to learn each other. I've come to understand, like, when you go to present something to him, you have to do it in a very structured way. Don't just show up and say a lot of things and then you expect feedback immediately. So there's a way I've learned how to say things to him when I want something. And also he has learned that I am very fast and I also say a lot of things. So he has also tried to catch up with my speed.
So adjustments.
Yes, adjustments.
Yeah. Betty?
For us, I could say I'm a sanguine. Totally, I'm up there. Bring it on all the time. I'm ready. For him, he's like, oh, things don't go like that. Just relax. Take one day at a time. Everything has a way of operation,
Yeah.
And then, but then we came to a point whereby when it's something to do with people, or if somebody has to respond to somebody, I'm not good at that because I might be so loaded, To him, he knows how to package his words. He knows how to bring it, But me, I'll just tell you the way it is, So we came to a point where he handles some things and there are some things he'll be like, carry that. That's your weight. You can do that. So that is how we manage to move on.
Then there are those people who are just, the people who budget. And then there are the spontaneous people, Find the handbag there, buy it. Then you go home with, a big load, then you ask,
especially
which money did you use?
Especially the first years of marriage, I had that problem. No, it's my money. So unajua tunakujanga in marriage with that thing, it's my money. So it's at the end of the month. I need a new shoe, I need earrings, I need to make my hair. Na isiponifurahisha bado naweza toa tena. I need it tomorrow. So you come and unaona vile ile macho umeangaliwa. Unaona ni kama kuna shida. Then at some point tunaweza ongea hii maneno. Hii mambo ya kuspend, we need a budget. It's our money, it's not your money. How come, unajua ladies, we have my money and our money. So down the line unakuja kujua it's our money. Hakunanga your money and our money, it's our money. So from there unaanza kwambia you don't buy things the way you want. you buy things when necessary. It's see tu kwa na viatu, you have shoes. It's unajua zinanifurahisha. Ni best yangu by the way anaziuza, and then I need to promote my friend. Really? Is that a reason why you buy things?
How many black shoes do you need?
Yeah. After some time now, you grow together. That is marriage now. You grow together. You don't buy things the way you used to. You don't send your mommy money the way you used. Unajua ulikuwa unaamka tu unasema today I need to treat my mom. It's end month. Unamtumia pesa.
You didn't plan for it.
Now you need a plan.
We have to sit down and say we are sending our parents money. So when kama this time tunatumia huyu mama ama tunatumia dad, we are sending them this money. Next time tutatumia ama we are sending them both. Si tunaamka tu wewe unatumia huyu. Oh, my sister alipigia simu akaniambia hizi. You didn't say. I didn't know I am supposed to say it. My sister aliniuliza kama niko na pesa. I had it, so alinipigia akaniambia, Betty, could you be having 2,000 shillings? I need to solve something here. Oh yeah, nikatuma. So I gave you 2,000 shillings. Ulichukua wapi? Oh, sikukwambia. Pitani nipigia. So I have to explain every moment, like how I used my money, or our money, sorry, how I used our money. So you're growing.
Well, all right. If you're tuning in, we are talking about the solution to many women's problem: money.
Money.
But then in marriage, you realize, oh, it's not my money; it's our money, and you have to adjust. But you are telling yourself sorry for working throughout the money. Naambia mili pole, You're telling, so you buy yourself nice shoes. You see a nice dress, you go and buy it, You don't need to budget for it. It's mine. Lillian, how did you adjust to that?
So I remember during premarital counseling, you were taught on how to budget, and I think personally, let me say I didn't take that lesson seriously because when we first got married, the issue of finances, your mind is fixed like the way you used to spend money, just as Betty has said. And the only solution to that is having a budget and sticking to it. And how to help with these other shoes, dress, earrings story is you have your own a miscellaneous somewhere where nobody will ask you how you spent that money. I think that is how we handled it. So normally there's an amount set aside for that is your own business. Nobody, you can want to go out and have drinks, say coffee with your friends, and you have lunch with your friends. Now you see you have to keep calling and saying, today I'm going for lunch with so and so. So you have that account or set aside money for such things so that you don't keep calling, asking
but
for.
But is it an account you've agreed on? Or
yes.
Okay,
let us not call it an account. Let us say an amount. An account looks like you've created an account that your husband is not aware, which again is not nice. Yes, that is how we managed it.
Victoria.
Yes. I actually was interested. What about the times when the budget does not allow for the miscellaneous?
How are you dealing with it yourself, Victoria?
Okay, so I was just curious. So for me, I think I approach it the way your husbands approach it, and then my husband handles money the way you handle money, in the sense that he's spontaneous. He can say, I remembered we don't have shoes, so I came home with these shoes and I knew you would like them. And I'm thinking, okay, we had a budget for this week. So do we still have a budget for this week? So I want to be excited that I have new shoes. But at the same time, I'm thinking, okay, so, and then after I'm excited because I don't want to discourage him. He has done something so amazing. And then so after a while, and then I ask him, so what about Friday? Do we have fare till Friday? And then he's like, oh, by the way, we need to talk about that because now I don't have enough for tomorrow to go and come back. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So then, okay. So then it means we may need to find. And I struggled with that for a bit because I'm used to planning for every coin. so that I'm able to take care of different things at the same time. For him, he approaches it differently. Yes, there are things to be taken care of, but then there is also life and we need to enjoy it. So I really wanted to buy you this. Is it a crime to do something nice for my wife? Yeah. So I needed to loosen up a bit. And then he also needed to tighten up a bit so that we could meet somewhere. So when in fact, these days, when he knows he's going to spend money, he asks himself, do I have to? And then how much is this going to cost? And then, okay, sometimes he actually calls me to find out if it's going to cost more money, like more than 500 shillings. Then he just tells me, I really saw this and I thought it would be nice. And I'm like, okay, fine. But then it's a good thing anyway, but within a plan. So it kind of works for us. We meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, so sometimes the roles can be reversed, rather the personalities can be reversed. Yeah. What you would expect, the budgeting is the man and the spontaneous one is the lady. You find it's actually could be the opposite, or the organized one is the husband.
Yeah. There, Pastor Linda,
the messy one.
What happens there, Pastor Linda, it's like God gives you who you. That's where now we come to this conclusion. God gives you who you need.
It's true.
A person who will be what you lack. Because if he's too high, you will sober him at some point. Yeah. And if I'm so high, it will make me reason like, you're too high, calm down.
Yeah.
All right. So, those who are watching or just tuned in, we are discussing with the young wives and we are talking about expectations versus reality. And I hope whoever is watching right now, you are beginning to minimize some of the castles that you have been building in the air so that you can get help. And what I like what you guys are saying is that you have to find a balance. Yeah. At some point in life, you cannot be just me, you. At some point, it has to convert to us. Now it's us. And sometimes I think, in my opinion, that ladies do more adjustment than men because, I think they are more logical and we are quite emotional. So we need to just tone down a little bit of hormones and, and sober up. So let's talk about spiritual leadership, Especially for us who are born again, when you get married, you expect your husband is the one who's going to wake you up in the morning, praying. Let's wake up and pray. Let's read the Bible. Then you get married and you find, it could be the opposite. Yeah, Victoria, what's your experience in your 1 year?
In my 1 year, I think I have seen my husband intentional in the days when I am tired. Because there are times when I set a plan for myself. I wake up in the morning at this time and I pray and then I do this is my program. But then for him, he's very intentional about us reading the Bible together, about us fellowshipping together. So even when we come back home and I feel like I just want to rest, just kidogo too. But he actually just says, let's just share this first and then do. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that because it has set some kind of atmosphere for our home. Yeah, because it took me some time to adjust into marriage from singlehood. And so him taking leadership in that really, really helped me to grow up and just blend in and find myself in my role as a wife, in my place in my family. Yeah.
Lillian.
Okay, even before I respond to that, there is another expectation. When you get married to somebody who sings in church, girls think they sing at home. They don't. They don't. Yeah. So, yes, we have to clear that one first. They don't sing at home. You think, he will be preaching to me where? So, for me, similarly, he takes the leadership role. One, because as we've talked about the roles, when we get home, naturally, I have more things to do. So by the time you're done, you're just
tired.
Yes. So it is really important to me that he did that. Even sometimes like the midweek services in church, like from where we work to church, is quite a distance. And it's very easy for you to say, let me just go home, So he really takes he ensures we go for the midweek services because we have to serve in the worship team. So he really takes the forefront at this. But there are also sometimes when he's also equally tired, and especially when you have somebody else, because there's a time when he had to stay with my sister. So you see, it's now me and my sister. So sometimes he would just like lay back and let me now take over. So we had that also.
So yeah, there's of course the understanding that the husband is the head.
Yes.
But also you need to help each other to
Yes.
grow each other in marriage.
Yes.
Let's look at the issue of, as a woman, being able to find ways of making let's not say making yourself happy, but not depending on your husband in order for you to laugh, in order for you to smile. Sometimes we heap all the burden and we expect him to be the Alejandro that we've been watching, and the reality is it's not possible, it's not easy. So Betty, how have you adjusted to that, finding ways of engaging yourself rather than just sitting at home and waiting for him to come in the evening?
You're creating story, waiting for him to laugh. I think don't come into marriage and let everything like those friends, my lifestyle, what used to make me happy, and then your prayer, everything that had to do with you, naachana mara moja twa. Alafu then is like now everything, as in you want him to be there when you're laughing is the reason why you're laughing, is the reason why you're doing what you're doing. As much as he is there in your life and is there to stay, find a way, just be, can I say, be intentional. Like, I need to keep on moving. I need to smile. I need to be happy. I need to keep on doing those things that I used to do. If maybe, and then for girls, I don't know, maybe you had that friend that I could, maybe it's Pastor Linda, and I could tell anything and we could laugh and laugh, and sometimes we could go out for a cup of tea and we share and we laugh and laugh at nothing anyway.
You're just laughing.
We are just laughing, funny stories, and we are laughing. I think it's good to keep such relationships, even in marriage. I don't know, I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong, but have such friends that you can still, don't, because at some point if you just dump everything at him, you might even be a burden. And he'd be like, this is not what I thought marriage is. That is him now saying, because I thought this person is coming and atakuwa na maisha yake kidogo na yangu, alafu we come together. But now sasa ni kama, so lazima nimchekeshe, so lazima nifanye.
So comedian.
So just have your life somewhere. In that life, have your own life. As in, do the things that you need to do. If you love doing this, you love maybe kwenda music, you're in the praise team and do those things that you used to do. Just know how, because I'm telling you, it's not easy, especially after the kids are here now. It's not easy, but you have to do something.
Wow.
Marriage is work. Bottom line, marriage is work.
To work at
you
it.
have to work.
All right, we have to come to the end of the show, but I'd like to ask each one of you to just give a parting shot of 30 seconds and speak to someone who is about to get married or waiting to get married. We'll begin with you, Victoria.
Okay. To someone who is about to get married, my favorite part of being married is the I got your back. Like, I got your back no matter what. I think it's the best part of marriage, regardless of the season. And also, it's important to note that if you're beginning marriage and you're not happy, just know that's not the end. It's a transition. You will enjoy it. You will get to the place where you enjoy it with time. Okay? So everything has changed. When you're a newlywed, your home has changed, your family has changed in the sense of where you're staying. You're sharing things, including your body, that you never shared before. So the transitions have come. Give yourself time, breathe.
Right.
With time, you will enjoy it.
Wow.
Yes.
Lillian, look at that camera and talk to someone.
So for someone who is planning to get married, number one, marriage works. It works. the devil should not tell you otherwise. Marriage works. Marriage is beautiful. The best thing about it, you get to share the rest of your life with your best friend. Of course, he's human, as you've heard us talk about expectation, but he is your best friend or she is your best friend, and marriage works and it is beautiful. No one should be scared about it, but lower your unrealistic expectations.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you. Betty, look at that camera and talk to someone.
Yes, my advice is punguza your luggage of expectations as you come to marriage. Marriage is not bad. And then at some point I would maybe advise muulize na yeye expect, because you are like my expectation, I didn't expect you. Do you even think he also has expectations? Muulize, what are your expectations? What do you expect from me? And then sit down. Marriage is not as bad as you think, and don't come with your father's experience and the mother experience and the good marriages you used to see out there into your own marriage. It's vile babaka alikuwa anabebea mamako handbag and then you expect him to carry the handbag, or ulikuwa unaona your best friend vile wana watch movie wakilala kwa couch and you think that is how it's going to work out. Find the things that will make your marriage.
Yeah. Wow.
Those beautiful things that will make your marriage. That man is not as bad as you think. Don't come with a bad expectation. I expected that. Men are like that. No. You have to be positive. Be like, I'm going to work my marriage and it's going to work. And it will.
Wow. So ladies, marriage is great. As you can see, these ladies are actually glowing and they are smiling and they are laughing. So at the end of the day, yes, it's work, but you have to work at it. As they've said, you have to compromise, you have to adjust to some of the things. So you may need to destroy those castles that you've been building of unrealistic expectations and, come down to earth. I've been your host, Linda Talam. We are glad that you are watching Sista Talk. See you again next week. Bye-bye.